Hi, it's Chris with Wannabe Honey Farms, and we're going to do something brand new this year. This is a 2-queen hive. What we have over here is an 8-frame hive and an 8-frame hive, and then it goes up through a common box. So we're going to be operating 2 queens out of 1 box. The idea is twofold. With this kind of configuration, you can produce a lot more honey. The other thing is, and step right on over here. This is way high right now, but if I were down on the ground, I would be sitting down on a bench, and I'm gonna go in here and do a queen inspection. But when I do the queen inspection, I don't need to unstack all these boxes. I can just go in from here. Here we have a glass top, so I can open this up, and without even disturbing the bees, I can see what's going on in here. So we'll take off the glass top, and we'll take off these frame guards over here. Now what the frame guards do, you'll notice right off the top that these frames in here, they're not in the box, they're sitting on top. And what these frame guards do is they sit on top so that the bees cannot walk on top of the frames. And you'll notice that down here, there's a little bar so that the bees cannot walk up and get into the frames here. So with that being said, the frames are going to sit in here, and you can take out frames as needed, but since there's no propolis, you can just do a 2-finger slide to get the rest of your frames out. Now the neat thing about this is if this were at the correct height, I would be sitting down. I still got all my honey supers up here, and I can go in here, find the queen, make sure that it's queen right, make sure that my brood chamber is all good. And I never have to unstack all those boxes. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to break this down real quick and show you how this works. Okay, so this is bolted down. Again, you've got the glass see-throughs. Pull out the frame protectors. Okay, so you've got this box with the queen excluder underneath it. All right, so down here you got 2 separate brood boxes that we're going to be working out of. Both of them are 8 frames. You got a little splash guard up here. I don't know if they call it a splash guard, but you got an empty place in here. So you've got 8 frames, both with their own queens. You got the queen excluder, and then this is a common box that they go up into. You can see that there's a divider here in the common box. This will have frames in it. It'll have 5 on each side. Then you put another box up here, and that's where your feed goes after you remove the queen excluder. And then you can feed them from up here. And then the thing about that is then come next spring, you can just take the frames out of here where your bees are going to be and put them back down in the 8 frame. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? Okay, now this is the way the hive came, not painted, of course. And one thing that it does not have on here right now that does not come with this is bottom boards. Now you can run this so that the bottom boards are facing in different directions, or you can put them on the same side. I'm going to put mine on the same sides down here, but I'm only going to have an entrance on this side and on this side. So I can go over here, do this box, make sure this is queen right and everything's good, then I can come over here, do the same thing from this side, and I never have to unstack all those boxes, all those honeys up there. Now I've been off work, well I've been at work, but I've been on light duty for 2 weeks lately because I blew my back out. So for someone like me, this is going to be a godsend. I'm also going to have my grandson come out here, paint up his hands, and he's going to put different colors of paint on each side for the bees to identify. But anyway, that's my 2 queen hive. If you want to know how I got this or where I got this, I'm sure some of you can reverse engineer this and make it yourself, but for the time and materials, I just bought this. They did not give me this, they did not pay me for this, and so I'm not going to mention the name, but if you want to know where I got it, you can ask me in the comments and I'll set you up with the link. Anyway, that's our 2 queen hive, and hopefully it'll generate about 250 pounds of honey is what I'm hoping. That's what it advertises. I don't know that I'm in a good honey area because I've never had an over excess of honey. I've had just enough to get through, but hopefully that'll change that. Anyway, if you like this channel, be sure and subscribe, hit the like button, and comments. Let me know what you think about this, the pluses, minuses that you see, and maybe something I didn't address on this video, and I'll get back to you. All right, thanks. Okay, here's something I did forget to mention with this box. It's going to make a bit of a difference. Okay, on top of the spacer box, I'm going to put another deep 10 frame box, and that is going to be a Demarest box. When you're doing 2 8-frame hives like this, swarming and swarm control is definitely going to be an issue. And what I plan on doing is using a Demarest method, and I've never worked an 8-frame box before. And so I should have mentioned that doing 2 8-frame hives together like this in one box, the swarm control is going to be a big issue. And working, first off, just a single brood box like this, let alone 2 of them together, it's not for the faint heart. I wouldn't advise this for the first year beekeeper. They do put out something else. It's a single brood chamber, single queen that's like this. It's still got the window and everything else so that you don't have to unstack everything. But those are done with 5-frame boxes on top of the 8-frame. So those are available. If I were a new guy, I think I would go with that option rather than diving right in with two separate brood boxes here, 2 queens in one area, because during the course of the early summer or late spring, early summer, you really got to stay on top of this and keep an eye on how your swarm control is, and then do a Demarest method. If you're not familiar with the Demarest method, go back in my videos. I got a couple of videos where I explain the Demarest method pretty good. But it's a way to keep your population. You're essentially fooling the hive into thinking that they did a swarm where they really didn't, but you keep your population and it keeps the queen laying very aggressively. And so that was something that I forgot to mention that I thought was very important. 2 hives like this, especially 2 8-frames going up 1 chamber and dealing with a high population of bees during your first year of beekeeping, no matter how much you study, you're still going to have your hands full just learning how to be a beekeeper. This is going to be my 5th year in beekeeping, and I try to stay humble, and I try to realize that I am still on a huge learning curve, and I am nowhere close to knowing everything that I need to know. And so with that being said, if you're a new beekeeper, I would definitely start with a single box. But if you got some experience under your belt and you want to boost your honey supply, your honey production, then I think that this might be something that you might want to explore. Okay, now I'm really done. I mean it this time. Bye.